Hello guys, this is my Razer Academy video. The one before me was Chords. I'm playing Irelia in this game and I'm buying boots and free potions so that it's a very standard build for Irelia early game because it's very strong in the lane. For example, it's very hard to get ganked if you have boots, and if you buy any other items it's released to get shut down early game. Right now we are moving out as a team to our positions to defend early game. So I'm going to move towards the bottom to defend here. Peter's going to move towards bottom as well, but this was miscommunication. We want to have all the positions close, so we should have one guy here instead of having two guys down here. So I noticed my mistake and I'm starting to move towards top now. In this game we want to play 2 versus 1 because we have Zona and Ezreal, which is really strong in 2 versus 1. So I'm going to be laning top lane and we're going to have, or they're going to be laning top lane and I'm going to be soloing bottom. Right now we're just holding the positions and we're just scouting everywhere, waiting for something to happen. Now I'm moving down towards our wolves because me and Froggen wants to do wolves together because Kayoszx is really strong early game and he can do a lot of damage. So Irelia and Kayoszx can easily do the wolves and the blue buff alone, while our team is doing the raves and then moving into the enemy's blue buff to get 2 buffs at level 1, which is a really good strategy. They're slowly killing the raves while we're killing the wolves. Now we're moving into our blue buff just to get it. Kayoszx does a lot of damage with his lay waste and it goes down rather quickly. I have to use all my potions, but that's fine because I get a lot of XP. So even though I use 2 potions on getting the blue buff, I'll still be ahead of Lulu because I got XP from this, so I'm almost level 2 already. And my team successfully stole their blue buff. Right now I have no idea what Lulu was doing. She was just finding at the blue buff for no reason, and she's going to be very late to the game, so I'm going to be quite ahead of her. I'm just farming slowly. I'm trying to not push my lane because I want her to lose as much as possible. The best way to do that is just not push and try to make his creeps kill my creeps. I'm just waiting slowly for her. Now this action is happening top. I see this and I'm teleporting top to try and kill Sivir. It's not possible to kill her, but we chunked her a lot, so top lane would have an advantage. And I only TP'd because I was already ahead of Lulu, so it didn't matter too much. If I teleport, I'll still be able to lane easily against her. We noticed that Mundo went really low and we thought that he would do the wolf, so we moved down here, me and Froggen, to maybe try and catch him because I'm already late to my lane, so I'm just going to try and catch him and get a kill. We are lucky that we find him and we get the kill on him. Now we're moving back. I'm going to move in to mid lane to try and kill the Soraka. She's full health, but we can still possibly damage her, maybe kill her. And Froggen's just going to fall in to try and get the kill, but we see her running away very early, so we just go over it, and I'm just going to run back to bottom lane. Now I'm just going to farm this. Lulu most likely based, that's what I think right now. So I'm trying to farm this as fast as possible so I can freeze the lane around here. I want to freeze right now because I have a red buff, which makes me very strong compared to Lulu. So I want to just freeze and not kill the creeps. So I'm only trying to last at this point. I'm just waiting for Lulu to come back. I see Lulu again, but the thing is right now, I don't know where Mundo is, so I'm just going to try and farm and try and make her lose some creeps. But I'm not going to go aggressive at all because I don't want to die. There's no reason for me to take risk at all, so I'm just farming slowly, taking 1 creep at a time. Meanwhile, I see Mundo right now, so I know that he's close to bottom. I know that he could be coming, and I'm going to try and play a bit aggressive right now. But I'm going to be careful still because Mundo could be around here now. He's probably doing the double golems, which I can see if I do this. Yeah, he's doing the double golems right now, so I could be a bit more aggressive, but I choose not to because I don't want to risk anything. I'm already ahead of my lane, and I don't know where the Mundo is. There's no point for me to risk anything. Slowly pushing. Now I'm going to push fast because I want to base, and it's just going in, and then I'm starting to base. She's freezing all these creeps, which is, it's good for her to freeze them because she's gaining a lot by freezing all the creeps. The thing is that she can't base now. She have her potions, she doesn't need to base anything, but she won't be able to buy a ward in this time while she's freezing, so she will not have any wards at all except this one. So once this one expires, she won't have it anymore, and I can just keep her stuck in bottom lane because I'm going to be way stronger than her because I was already ahead of her and I based and I got items now. So you can see I bought a null magic mantle and a Dawn's Blade, so I'm really strong, and I have a ward now, so I don't need to be afraid of Mundo anymore. Just walking back to my lane. She's basing right now, which I think, oh, if she bases, I'm gonna not push at all, I'm just gonna freeze it. If she doesn't base, I'm gonna try and freeze as well, because right now I'm strong on her. I don't want to push her. I just want to keep out of XP and try to win. the lane, slowly. Just by small advantages all the time. Now I jump her and call for the Kayoszx ult because he's getting really low and the Kayoszx ult gets a kill on top at the same time. Right now he's forced to base and I'm still trying to freeze. Just slowly trying to freeze it to make it lose as much as possible. I notice here it's not possible for me to freeze anymore because I have one more creep than they do. So I cannot freeze, but I can still try my best to freeze the lane. So she loses as much as possible and it will slowly push only. Now it's back to the lane. I keep jumping all the time, but I don't want to hit my creeps. As you see, I fired my last... Wait, I'll show that again. Then I jump her. I'm firing my last ultimate downwards, so I try to hit her here. I'm not going to fight this way because I don't want to hit the creeps. So it misses. I could easily have hit it, but I don't want to hit these creeps at all because it might make me push harder, which I don't want. I want to try and freeze it as much as possible. In this case, I'm just going to try and keep damaging her at all time. Like, just jump her as much as possible without taking a risk. I don't know where Mundo is, so if he's around here, it's still scary for me to jump her and I could die. So I'm just going to stand back and try to make her lose creeps and slowly push. Like, she's creeping while the creeps are at a high health bar. So that means she'll actually slowly push the lane. Just trying to walk up, staying past my creeps so she can't go in and hit them. She started pushing now, so you can see she got 5 creeps, I got 4. You have to count that in the game and you have to think about, okay, it's pushing now, just stand in front, don't hit any creeps, just don't hit them, only last her. And then just try not to tank any damage from the creeps, because if I tank damage from the creeps I'm going to push, so I can't jump her right now because then I would have pushed the lane. Right now she's a huge advantage in creeps. She got 7 creeps while I only got 5, so I can start jumping her because even if I take the damage from creeps, it's still going to push slowly. At this point I want to base because right now I can easily base. I could have based at any time here. She will not push, she's scared of me, so she doesn't know where I am. I was full health, I based this on normal. My bottom lane is currently walking down to bottom because then we can force a dragon, while I can easily walk to top and just freeze the lane. As you see, that freezing lane, we noticed this. So I walk up here and I won't lose any creeps pretty much. I'll only lose a very minimal. I want to see what happened here. Meanwhile, they're fighting in mid lane. I see them getting engaged on, so I'm teleporting to try and help them. Then I'm just going to walk down so we can get the dragon, because right now Soraka is low, Mundo used ultimate, we are all full health, so it's a free Drake for us pretty much. And then I can walk back to top afterwards. We just kill the dragon slowly. It'll take a while, but they can't do anything. It's impossible for them to stop us. Now I'm going to move back up to my top lane. Just slowly. I'm trying to catch one here because I see them taking a lot of damage. We might be able to catch Soraka, but she flashes, and then she's going to survive, so I'm just going to move back. I'm trying to get to top as soon as possible so I won't lose my tower. I don't want to lose that this early in the game, and I want to get as many creeps as possible. Staying around here right now just because they were grouping up mid and we don't want to lose the tower, but I should just have moved top. I shouldn't have wasted my time here. It was really stupid of me, because I could already have been here instead of losing 6 creeps, which was a huge waste. I'm still moving back, but right now it's because Sivir left top, so I don't know where she is, and I think that mid might get pushed in, so I'm just going to walk around here so I can get to mid fast. And then I can always go back to top once I need it. She's not gaining anything that I'm losing, so it's fine. She has top right now. I know she's alone, so I'm going to try and go on her and damage as much as possible while I can. And then I'm just going to back off and play safe right now. I don't want to take any risk, so I'm just playing very safe. Pushing it slowly so I can base and buy wards and do whatever I want. If I don't feel like I need to go ward, I can just walk towards mid and kill. I see them getting into a fight, so I'm walking as fast as I can, and I'm going to try and kill Soraka here, because Soraka is the target that heals. Galio is already full health, but he's out of mana, so there's no reason to even try and hit him. So I'm going to chase Soraka down. We see the Kayoszx ult come in, and she's dead, so I'm just chasing in. I'm going to move back to top right now, because I don't want to lose my tower. My tower is almost full health, I remember that. So right now it's all about just rushing up there, so they won't be able to damage it, because I want to keep it as high health as possible. And I'm just going to kill the creeps at the towers as many as I can. I'm going to try and push now, because I want to base. I have my ward left, but I have a lot of gold. You can see my gold if you do this. I haven't based for a long time, I have 800 gold, so I can get a Fates once I base. And a Fates is a huge item for me, so I just want to push and base. But I can't just push as fast as possible either, because if I just push all I can, then they know that I'm gonna base. So I have to make sure that I'm all the way here so I can just do it. That's why I use my ultimate on the second wave instead of the first one. And now I want to try and base. I'm gonna buy my face now. And I buy face because if I catch one and I slow hand she's 1 versus 1, I can kill anyone at this moment. So they need to always be 2 against me. If my face procs, they're gonna die if they're alone. I'm just gonna walk in and I'm gonna scare her off the tower. I don't want her to hit my tower, so I'm gonna walk in to make sure that she doesn't do that, because my tower is only half health now. And it's very easy for them to get this tower. If we get the tower, we lose a lot of pressure off the map. Right now I see that my team wants to go in to steal the blue buff. I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna come in as fast as I can just towards the blue buff. The thing is, we know that Lulu have teleport at this point, so we don't try to stop the blue buff. We only try to slow them down. And my team sees that they can catch Munna, so they chase him down as much as they can. Munna's getting really low. They could probably have killed him, but they were a bit scared and they walked back. Now I just walked back to my lane without losing much. We wasted a bit of that time. Just gonna go in and get all the creeps I can on the tower. Now I'm just gonna go into the lane, push it slowly. I'm gonna push as fast as possible because I want to go down the tower. Oh, this because they're all 5 here. They're all 5 on the red buff. My team wants to try and steal the red buff, which wasn't possible for them. So I'm just gonna push top as much as I can to take as much tower damage as I can, or do as much damage to the tower as I can. My team is very safe, and I'm just gonna keep pushing, take the tower, because even if I try to join them now, I would never get there in time, and it would be a huge waste of time, while right now I'm making the enemy team lose a lot of creeps, and I'm taking the tower. Bottom lane should be very safe, but I see they have ward down here, so I'm gonna teleport, just because we can catch them in the back, and we could potentially win this fight. I'm gonna jump the Lulu first. I want to jump the Lulu because I think she's the easiest target for me to kill. Then I see her getting healed and I'm like, never mind, I don't need to kill Lulu. I'm going in on the Soraka. Right after I kill Lulu, she takes tower damage, so I'm going to kill her. Then I'm jumping in on the Soraka because she has heals. I can kill her and then I might be able to catch the Mundo afterwards, but he runs away. Just gonna push as much as possible. I'm stronger than Mundo 1 versus 1, so I don't mind jumping him and team fighting or fighting him right now. So I'm gonna try and keep him as low as possible because the dragon is up as well. We want to try and force this dragon. I'm gonna push as much as I can and just damage him. I'm way stronger than him. He can't do anything to me. As you can see right now, he can't do anything, and I just keep him low on health. By doing this, I make sure that we can easily get the dragon. Right now I'm gonna move in towards bottom to keep him here. Just make sure I see Lulu as well, so I'm not gonna jump him anymore. I'm just making sure that he stays bottom while my team is trying to fight mid. I want them to go dragon at this point, but it's fine if they can catch Soraka, then just kill her as well. And I'm just staying bottom, trying to distract them, keep them from basing. I don't want Mundo to base because then he can get health. And then we can just easily get the dragon now, because one is dead and one is almost dead. I'm moving back to bottom lane now. I'm stronger than Lulu, so I'm not afraid of her at all. And I'm just gonna try and freeze most likely. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do here. No, I am pushing in the lane because I have a lot of gold. I have 2,100 gold, so I'm gonna push this so I can get base as soon as possible. And here we go, base on. Now I just based, I bought a Wickd. Wickd's really good on Irelia because she does a lot of damage, and if you get a hand and get a Wickd, no one can lane against you. You're the strongest 1 versus 1 champ from level 9 to 15 if you have Wickd pretty much. If you're equal to the enemy team. So I'm way stronger than Lulu right now, and I'm just gonna keep pressuring her. I see Mundo, so I'm gonna back off. And then I'm just gonna try and play this safe without losing anything. I don't want them to get too close to the tower, but I would like to freeze the lane. At this point, I'm gonna walk in and try and take the tower because my team is doing Baron right now, and I don't want Lulu and Mundo to just walk up to my team and stop them. So I'm gonna try and put as much pressure as possible to maybe try and keep Mundo and Lulu down here. I fail in keeping Mundo down here, but at least Lulu is still down there. And my team is dropping the Baron because 4 people are coming in on them. Team is slowly backing off. They tried to get Baron, they got to 5k health. Could have worked, but it didn't work, but that's just something that happens. I'm jumping the Lulu because I'm way stronger than her. I can just keep jumping her and I'll be able to slowly beat her. She can't stay in lane against me. I'm walking in under the tower to make sure that she doesn't base because I'm stronger than her, I don't want her to base. Right now I'm calling for the Kayoszx ult because I think that I could possibly kill her. But then she ultimates and I see it as being impossible pretty much. She barely had mana for that ultimate. Now I'm gonna do as much damage as possible. I still have my ultimate, so I'm really tanky. And I'm just gonna back slowly off. Right now my team's coming in her back and we might be able to still kill her. She's slowly walking away, but Snoopy is gonna try and catch her in the back, which he is sadly a bit too slow for. He flashes over and it was very close. We're gonna keep pushing down here to try and put some pressure on them, and afterwards I'm gonna base now. There's no reason for us to stay down here because it's way too risky and I'm gonna base. Right now we're doing the blue buff for progging just so we can get ready to teamfight again. The blue buff is very strong and an AP carry and you always want to have it on you. We are way stronger than any team in any teamfight right now, so we want to teamfight as soon as possible. That's why we're grouping up right now. We're gonna push mid lane because we think that the enemy's red buff is up soon. We don't have the exact timer, but it's normally 7, 14, 21. So something around 21 minute mark that the red spawns. And we want to get as soon as possible. We're just slowly pushing and putting pressure on them and trying to poke them down while pushing the tower. And we just keep poking as much as we can. Frog is using his wall right now so we can go in on them. Pete uses his ultimate and we slowly use way too much here because we don't want to kill them, but we want the tower. Hotchuk gets very low, but Galio walks into us, flashes into us, and he doesn't even use his ultimate at this point, so he gets very low and we're just going to chase him in. Meanwhile, CV is pushing top, so we know that it's 5 vs 4, so we have a huge advantage in this fight, and we managed to kill Chords. Right now, I'm going to teleport top to stop CV from pushing, and my team is going to continue to do all the damage they can to the enemy team, or to CLG. I'm just killing the creep slowly. I want to push as fast as possible because then I can move towards my team again. I know that CV is coming in their back right now because she was top just before. So full health, CV is coming in their back and I'm telling my team to back off right now. P is getting very low here, but CV won't be able to catch them. She's coming right now. You see me trying to get in CV's back. At this point we can turn on them because I'm here, I'm full health and we're way stronger than them. So I want to move in on them and do a team fight right here. Kayoszx walls and I can catch Soraka. I go for Soraka first because she's the healer of the enemy team, and if I kill her, they're very squishy, all of them. We kill Mundo right after and then we turn on Sivir because Sivir is the main damage dealer. And after that we start chasing down the Warboy Lulu. Now we're going to try and push the tower, most likely I'll go for Baron. We're going for Baron because at this point we have two options. Either we can go for that second tower or we can go for Nashor, which is pretty much free for us because the only two alive is Lulu and Galio. Lulu does quite a bit of damage, but she can't stop us alone, and neither can Galio, because Galio is just a support, he does no damage. We just walk in and kill him. Now Lulu comes, she does a lot of damage. At this point, we should position ourselves as far away from Lulu as possible, so we should have our AD carry over here, we should have Frogging over here, then we should have 3 guys here, because we can always kill Lulu. If she comes from my range, I can just jump in and stun her. The Nashor is very low, we have a smite, they have nothing they can steal it with, so we're gonna try and finish off the Nashor. We're just doing everything we can to finish Nashor right now. We don't want to fight Lulu at all, because if we go for Lulu, we might not be able to do Nashor afterwards, and we don't want to lose the free Nashor. Right now I jumped her because she walked too close to us, and I knew that we could easily kill her while getting Nashor at the same time. And Lulu is slowly dying. The enemy team was dead, but they respawned, so they're going to be here soon. We don't know exactly how long it's going to take for them, so we're just going to run as fast as possible, just to get away. And as you see, Mundo is coming and he's trying to chase down Frog. But Frog should be fine. He's very far away and he can just keep running. Mundo was very far away. Right now we just got the ban buff, so we want to team fight again as soon as possible. We are all really fed, like I have all the items I need, I have my frozen mallet, so every time I jump someone, she's going to be slowed and we can always kill it or chase them down. They can never run away if I jump them once. Froggen's wall is really, really strong. The Kayoszx wall is a huge slow, it's like, I'm going to see how long it is. The slow is 80% and it gradually reduces over time, so it's insane slow. They can't run from us at all if we catch them once. Here I walk into the bush because I think that we might walk into us. Then we can easily kill Lulu, like she's very squishy at this point. She pretty much got no farm. Lulu is fast going down, I'm just using all my spells, and then I'm using the Q at the end because I always want to be able to jump to her again. I don't want to use the Q at the beginning because you need to save it. Then we slowly kill her on the tower. Now we walk back because we don't want to make any risk, we just want the red buff and the dragon. We're walking in to take the red buff right now. And Froggen is soloing the dragon because he's Kayoszx, he's fat, he can easily do it. He doesn't lose any health from it because he got Nashia buff, he regens it up very fast. And now we're gonna base because we have a huge bottom wave and we have a huge top wave, so we want to get these two waves to get as huge advantage as possible. We're already in advantage, but we want to get a more or high gold lead. I'm just pushing as fast as possible so we can group up again because we still have Nashia, we're ahead of them, we want to group and team fight. But it still needs to be pushed the side lanes. So I'm doing that as fast as possible. At this point of the game, no one can 1v1 me. If I catch 1 versus 1, I'm gonna kill it alone. And I have a teleport soon. It's gonna be up in 60 seconds, so my team can pretty much 4 versus 4 or 4 versus 5, and I'm just gonna push bottom. If I catch someone bottom, they'll most likely die, except if they flash and use other stuff. But then I force them to use that. At this point I walk into the jungle to have vision, but I don't see anything at this point, everything is dark and I don't want to be run over by 5 people, so I'm just gonna walk back and play it safe. I see Sivir bottom, I want to kill her, but I don't see anyone else on the map, so I'm gonna play it careful and just wait for her to come after me. And wait till my team puts pressure on the lane so that I can see the enemies. At this point my team is putting pressure in mid, so I know that she's most likely alone, I can probably catch her. Once she walks up, I'm gonna jump her. And then I'm gonna try and kill her with my frozen mallet. She's survives because she flashes, but she's getting very low and now she needs to base. At this point my entire team is moving towards top lane, so I don't feel any threat from the enemy team, because if they move towards bottom now to try and kill me, my team is going to get at least 1 or 2 towers. So I'm just going to wait around here, scout a bit, and then just keep pushing without fear, because there's no reason for me to fear at this point. I might die, but even if I die, we'll gain out of it, so it doesn't matter too much. At this point we see them not being top, but still, if they move to bottom right now, we're going to get 2 towers for sure. Lulu is bottom, we know that she got teleport as well. We don't know the cooldown of Lulu's teleport because we won't ever know that in the game. So we expect the teleport to be R, and I can teleport to top as well, so we expect it to be 5 versus 5 at top lane. At this point the enemy team is engaging on us, so I'm just going to teleport. And we should be able to catch them and teleport to a minion first in the back so I can catch them off. I stun Soraka because I always want to try and kill Soraka as fast as possible. She's the healer, she's AP mid, so if we can kill Soraka, they lose a lot of the damage and lose their, you could say, not their main tank, but she's support that makes everyone incredibly tanky, so if she dies, they don't really have a tank. My team is finishing off Galio. Meanwhile, I'm just walking into the tower to slow them because I got my frozen mallet, and my team will be able to catch them afterwards. So they're diving on them right now. And Ezreal is just taking the tower. At this point I'm basing because I'm really low, I can't do anything in this team fight anymore. But my team can keep going and they'll be able to get some kills and maybe even a tower. Because we know that 3 guys of the enemy team is dead, so my team should be able to get a tower. Now the Lulu is the only one alive. They're diving her and they're killing her, so they have a free tower right now. So just gonna wait for the creeps to come in, then we're gonna take this tower. And right now they're slowly killing the tower's going down. Then they're gonna take the inhibitor afterwards. Meanwhile I'm running to bottom. To keep pressure on the enemy team, I want to push bottom out, because after we get the inhibitor, my team bases, then we can all go mid lane and we can just take the mid towers while there's pressure on top and bottom, because top lane will have super minions, which is huge. Like, the super minions are so strong and they just kill all the other minions, and it's gonna be a huge pressure from top lane. And all other minions get stronger than you kill an inhibitor. So my cannon minion, my small minions, they'll all be stronger than the enemy teams. So bottom will automatically push as well. Mid lane is gonna push and we're just gonna all firewalk the man. At this point everyone's disconnecting because we're playing a scrim, and to not show any tactics we all leave all scrims.